Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. We are entering into month 2. If you're new here, hello, welcome. Do not feel stressed and do not feel behind, okay? So these months, workouts, weeks, whatever, you can absolutely hop in any time. Today we are going to be doing lower body and we're going to be focusing on tempo. So if you're newer here, don't stress. You don't need to know anything. This is the first time they're doing tempo as well. And this will not be like regular reps where you're just doing 1, 2, 3. We're focusing on slowing down and being intentional. It's gonna be a different kind of hard and a different kind of training, especially since we've done supersets before, which is back to back to back nonstop. Today we're gonna pull back a little bit and focus on going up in weight. So supersets, we kind of, since it is back to back and there's not a lot of rest for your muscles, we go lighter in weight. For tempo, we're gonna go heavier and we're gonna do 4 sets of 10. And we are gonna have good recovery in between. And I do want you to pick out your heavier pair of dumbbells. For some of these moves, you can even put 2 of your dumbbells together, like for goblet squats. If you're like, I could do more than this 1 dumbbell, put 2 dumbbells together for those goblet squats, okay? So today we're going to do goblet squats, which is 1 heavy dumbbell, or 2 dumbbells put together to make them heavier. We're going to be doing RDLs, which is Romanian deadlifts with those dumbbells. I will go over again what that looks like. You'll need 2 heavier dumbbells for that move. The next one is Bulgarian split squats. You can do 2 dumbbells in each hand, or you can even do 1 dumbbell. It's totally preference on that one. Both are fine. And then we're going to be doing 3-way calf raises, which is not tempo related for the calf raises, but your calves are gonna be like, what's going on? So again, we're sticking to our typical like 4 to 5 exercises in a workout. If you're new here, I'm super excited that you're here. You're gonna be just fine. So thinking of 4 sets of 10 reps. If you have dumbbells, you're kind of limited and you're not able to go as heavy as you think you could, tack on a few more reps at the end. You can always make things more challenging, and you can also modify the other direction as well. Maybe you're super new and by the time we get to our 3rd exercise, you're like, I physically cannot do Bulgarian split squats with a weight. I have to do body weight. That's okay. For those Bulgarian split squats, if you have a bench, that's totally fine. If not, you can use a chair, couch, ottoman, step on your staircase, something elevated that is gonna get you pretty close to that 90-degree angle, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but just something close to that. And again, if you're newer, or maybe you're like, I took vacation for 2 weeks, and you have to go down to body weight for those, that's totally fine. So I am going to do everything with you so that you can kind of have an idea of how this tempo works. A lot of it's gonna be like a 3 count, so we're gonna be slowing down. So with the goblet squats, I'm gonna hold my heavy dumbbell here, toes turned out, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to the floor, 1, 2, 3 back up. So as you can see, we're putting our muscles under tension for more time than normal, and that is gonna challenge us in a different way and help break down your muscle, okay? So yes, you're gonna wake up tomorrow sore again. Sorry, welcome to lower body. You guys said a lot of things about supersets though, so surely this isn't as bad. Maybe. When we get to those split squats, it 100% is. Okay, so we're gonna start with goblet squats. I'm choosing 1 heavy dumbbell. Everyone is different on one weight they're gonna choose, okay? So if you do 1 set and you felt breathless, challenged, that's great, okay? That's where you wanna be. If you're like, that wasn't it for me, grab 2 dumbbells, put them together. Or if you have access to more weights, go up. You can always reassess, you can always go up or go down in weight based on how you're feeling after that first set. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Remember, watch me when it comes to the tempo. You'll catch on pretty quickly on how it works. So I'm gonna keep my dumbbell here, but you can hold it however you need to. We're gonna go for 1, 2, 3, touch, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And we're gonna do that for 10 reps, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, so if you like count to 4 or something, it's not a big deal, okay? Just the point is, as we're slowing down, we're not allowing our body to rush through these reps, the muscle is gonna start to really light up, okay? This, you can also see why we're doing 4 exercises only, okay? And again, if you're new here, no, this is not normal for reps, okay? And whenever you feel like slowing or speeding up, take a deep breath and stay in it. Even if your legs get shaky or your glutes start to burn, you are almost there. Let's do 2 more nice and slow. Just because you're getting close to done doesn't mean you just start going crazy, okay? And yes, you can even do this with body weight. This is your last one. And up, take a rest. We're gonna be taking ample rest today. Goblet squats aren't so crazy, but on those RDLs. So some of these exercises we're gonna be going slow tempo on the way down and up like these. Some will only be when you're active. So like RDLs will go 1, 2, 3, and back up normal, okay? Those you're definitely gonna want some decent recovery in between each set. Those will get your heart rate up. Goblet squats, we're kind of just getting the body warm here. So we're gonna go ahead and go in, toes are turned out. Let's go for that second set of 10. Now that you kind of have an idea, you don't have to count in your head, okay? Don't overcomplicate it or stress it. We're just wanting to go slow on the way down and on the way up. And if you want to make it a little juicy, you can add a band above the knee on those quads, or you can even add a little pause at the bottom. So for example, you can go down right here, do a little pause, and then come back up slowly. You can get creative in a bunch of different ways with lifting weights. I think that's also a reason why a lot of people end up quitting is, you know, they're like, lifting weights is boring, which it does get repetitive. We've talked about that before. That's part of being consistent, is doing these same movements to see growth. But there are so many different ways that you can train with weights that can kind of keep your mind busy, keep you on your toes a little bit, and kind of keep you feel like you're constantly being challenged in a new way. Let's push out 2 more. It's always a sweaty one. I always try to avoid it, but it's just not gonna work. Not in the garage, not in the summertime. Nice and easy, put that weight down, take a rest. So we have 2 more sets of goblet squats just like that. And then we're gonna switch to split squats. So split squats is gonna, yeah, let's go ahead and do split squats because otherwise you might quit. We'll do split squats before RDLs. So keep in mind, split squats is gonna be just like the RDLs where the whole thing isn't tempo, don't worry. So I'm gonna have you do slow on the way down, normal on the way up. Slow on the way down, normal on the way up. About 3, count, 1, 2, 3, up. So nothing too long, nothing too crazy, but it'll be enough to make your legs shake, okay? Hey, that's the way it be. Okay, 3rd set here, toes turned out. Let's go, you know the drill here. Don't forget here, not to lean forward, okay, too much. The next set I'll probably show you from the side. But the point of going slow and intentional, obviously, is to put the muscle under tension for a longer amount of time. But it's also that so you can slow down and really focus on your form. You can make sure that your core is engaged and tight. You can focus on the fact that you're leaning back on your heels and not on your toes. Something that kind of helped me when I first started lifting legs a long time ago, when I had a trouble, when I would get tired especially, or if my core wasn't developed yet, I would find myself leaning forward a lot on things like squats. So after this set, I'll show you a little trick that might help you out a little bit. Pushing out a few more. Let's do 2 more. I can feel my glutes right now. Last one. Nice and slow. All right, put that weight down. We have 1 more set, but in the break period, if you're finding yourself leaning forward too much on your squats and you're not sitting back in your heels, what I like to do is put something underneath my toes to encourage that. Or again, you can put a chair behind you that you have to tap. Don't sit down, that you have to tap and feel it before you come back up. So I would use something for each toe about this thick, just to remind your body. So your toes are gonna be elevated just a little bit. It's gonna remind your body and almost force it to shift your hips back. You can also do it just in your own head by lifting your toes off the floor in your tennis shoes, because then you can't lean on your toes. Your toes are off the ground, and so you're forcing your hips to be shifted all the way back. Got it? Okay, you're like, I think so. So last set of these goblets, and then we're gonna go ahead and get Bulgarians out of freaking way. Supersetting last week with those Bulgarians and high rep, I thought I was gonna die, but enough. Enough. Last set here, toes are out. Hi. Last set, best set. And all the way up. Don't rush through just because you're on your last set and you're almost done with this exercise, okay? We're still working, we're still in it. I also would be really curious, I might ask this in the group later, of like where all of you are working out. Like I know most of you are at home, so I'm just kind of interested on where you actually work out, what time of day you're working out. It's just very interesting to me to find out what everyone else does. Because you can absolutely grab dumbbells, go to a gym, go to a corner and do this. Everyone's life is different. I know many of you are at home. But if you have access to a gym, don't be afraid to like go to a spare room there, group exercise room there, corner, grab some dumbbell sets, put your AirPods in, and play the video in a corner on the screen. I've seen plenty of people do stuff like that in the gym. It's kind of cool. Let's push out a few more. Yay. What's crazy is these kind of workouts that feel, obviously you're working and you know you are, but your heart rate's not getting up like maybe it did last week for a different style of workout. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna be totally golden tomorrow. No, you won't. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, what did I do? Oh yeah, that's what I did. So for Bulgarians, I like to use one dumbbell in the opposite hand of the working leg. Some people like to use 2 because they feel more balanced. It is totally preference, okay? Remember that on the way down, going nice and slow, on the way up, normal. So for Bulgarians, I'm gonna go through this one more time if you need to fast forward it. 1 foot forward, you're gonna take this other foot. I like to sit back wherever I'm setting up. I like to sit back on my heel, put the foot out, and then hop up. And then go here, okay? So basically, this is almost at a 90-degree angle, and whatever you're balancing on, this little dent right here, that's kind of where your foot is folding, and that's where that object is hitting. So the edge of the couch is maybe going in that little dip in your foot. Okay, so we're gonna go from one side immediately into the other. So do your 10 reps, switch foot, set up, go into your next set, okay? It is okay if you're not right on with me. So if you're doing some reps, even after I'm like talking a little bit after the set, that's okay. If you need to pause the video because you're newer and you're still learning the setup of Bulgarians, that's okay, okay? Pause and play anytime you need to. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, up like normal for 10 reps, okay? 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, that's 3. 2, 3, that's 4. I'm gonna leave you alone for a minute. Remember, I can be just a little voice in the background while your playlist of the day plays, okay? Let's do one more on this side, then we're gonna switch over. There you go. You're not in a rush, but we are going right into the other leg. Take your time setting up if you need. Switch hands or whatever. Get nice and cozy. Nice and slow. 2, 3, up. Remember, you're gonna have a side on Bulgarians, or really any one-sided movement, one leg movement, one arm movement, that's gonna feel less natural than the other. That non-dominant side normally is gonna act up on you a little bit. Gonna take time learning balance. That's normal. Don't get frustrated if you fall out of position. We're working balance too, and core strength in these moves. So if you fall out, just hop right back in. You hear me popping in here? That's the age that we're getting to here. Let's do 2 more. I'm already feeling my glutes on these. 1 more. Perfect. Now, remember sometimes on these videos, I know that I need to try to keep these condensed. So I might start a set and it's okay for you to take more rest, okay? Like if I go into this next set of Bulgarians and you're like, heart rate says I need a minute, take a minute. Pause the video, jam out, and then unpause it when you're ready to go into your set. When it comes to weightlifting, there is never a need, unless you're on a super time crunch, to rush your rest periods. I know that sometimes even like your heart rate might drop and you're like, I'm ready to go into the next set, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your muscles are. So give yourself a second, okay? Hey. These go by so fast, like I have to watch time, otherwise. And these one leg movements, they take a little bit. They take a big chunk of time. So if I'm over by 5 minutes or something today, I'm so sorry. And the calf raises will go by pretty quick, but. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go in. Again, take your time. Going slow on the way down. This next one's halfway. And then remember, we don't take that break yet. We just switch over and set up on the other side. I know the heart rate starts to rise. Bulgarians will do that to you. And the heat. It's really a bummer. I don't know about you, but I'm about over it. 2 more. 1 more on this side. Aye. Switching over. Don't rush, be safe. Yeah. So, at heart, I'm a spooky girl. So, after about the 4th of July, like I get excited for summer, for swimming and, you know, not having to worry about layering up to go for a walk or a run. Just like you don't have to think in the summer about what you're gonna wear. It's just so effortless to throw on like a sundress or shorts and tank. But after about the 4th of July, I'm like, I had my summer, man. I'm ready for fall and hoodies and leggings and crisp mornings and all of that stuff. I'm dreaming about it, man. A few more. Aye. Okay. Aye. That one will get you. 2 more sets of those, and then all we have left is RDLs and calf raises. That'll feel like once you get over the Bulgarian split spot hump, you're gonna be just fine. My husband makes fun of me because I tell him as soon as August hits, I switch my brain. I'm like, it's fall. He's like, but it's not. August is hot. I'm like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fall in my brain. School starts in August. Don't they drop pumpkin spice latte in August too? Like, that means it's done, right? I might just start wearing scarves with an outfit like this just to, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go on to my next set only because I'm trying to keep us decently on time, but please pause the video and take as much rest as you need. Even if it's 1 to 2 minutes in between sets, that is acceptable and encouraged, okay? Hi. These would be getting me, but Bulgarians get me every week. You know how it is. You see me struggle every single week with these stupid Bulgarians. I just talk crap the whole time, and yet I still program them. I don't understand. It's a hard knock life here. Ooh. This next one's halfway. Sometimes I'll put my hand on my glute muscle back here and I can just like feel the engagement on these split squats. These single leg movements, so good for the glutes, even though we hate them. Oh, one more. And then we're switching right over. Okay, we doing it. Non-dominant side, behave yourself. Aye, we gonna be shaky. I know it. This next one's halfway. Dripping sweat over here. You are not alone. Three more. 2 more. Last one. Oh, I'm shaking. Take a rest. 1 more set. So, I'm giving you a bunch of tools in your toolbox, giving you all these different things that you can learn: tempo, supersets, high rep, low rep, high weight, all of these different things. You'll see all this stuff again. So that's kind of the point of education and weightlifting, is you will see these kind of, like, you'll have another week where you do supersets again. Maybe not the same exercises, maybe some will be, but that's the point. Putting them in your toolbox. You'll have a week like all of these again. So, but then you'll be prepared. It'll be good. I mean, you'll know that it'll suck because you'll be like, oh no, we're doing high reps this week, but you'll be fine. Also, I hope you found a rhythm with your workouts and whatever else that you're doing right now. It took me a long time. I kind of just started figuring it out. I'm gonna go ahead and start this last set. I just started figuring it out for myself because I was in a rhythm, but then I hired a running coach. And so, you know, obviously my training looks different than it used to. My mileage is different than it used to. I've got like different challenging workouts on different days. And so I was really trying to figure out, you know, like with soreness and stuff, like where to fit in what, you know, just like experimenting with, okay, what day do I do legs so that I feel okay for this speed workout or whatever it is, a hard workout that you got. So don't feel bad if you're still like finding a rhythm, especially if you're doing other things. That can be really hard. 2 more. My legs are actually shaking from putting so much tension on them so slowly. Ooh, switch sides. You're almost done with these. Praise, praise, praise. For the RDLs, I'm gonna do 4 sets of 8 with heavier weight. If you do not have a decently heavy weight that feels challenging to you, stick with 10 to 12 reps. But maybe today's the day, especially going slower, that you kind of see like what weight can I actually do on these movements that I've been scared to try. Next one's halfway. I'm ready to be done with these. I don't know about you. Next one's 7. Don't rush it just because you're almost done. I know your brain wants to. This is 8. 2 more. Ooh. 1 more. Dripping all over the floor. Oh, pause the video if you want. Would recommend 4 sets of 8 are coming up. You're gonna go a little bit over today, so keep that in mind. If you need to cut out, like some of you are like, I've got 30 minutes and that's it. That's okay. Cut out the calf raises. If you're anything like me, your workout's going just fine. And my legs are telling me, girl, shut up. Oh, okay. This is another one, so RDLs, go ahead and grab the weights that you want. Heavy, I would recommend heavy. So remember, we are shutting the car door with our glutes. Hands on the hip, or hands on here. So if you've never done them before, it's okay to do them with body weight a couple of times to practice. Let your hands slide all the way a little bit below the knee. No need to touch the ground with your dumbbells, and all the way back up, okay? We're gonna go slow. 3, 2, 1, back up normal, okay? So remember, this isn't a bending over. This isn't a squat. This is a hinge. See how my hips are going back? That's what we want, okay? So the knees aren't really doing a lot. See how my knees, they're slightly bent? And it's the hips that are moving. That's what we're going for. I'm gonna show you this movement from the side, especially if you're newer. RDLs are one of the hardest movements to teach, especially when I'm not able to have my hands on you or anything. Showing you. Sticking with 8, okay? We're gonna go for 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up. You got it now. That's 3. Halfway for me, unless you're doing 10 to 12. 5. That's 6. 7, I'm pushing out one more. 8, take a rest. Bye. Yikes. So again, pause as you need right now to take your rest, because the rests for me are probably gonna be a little bit short recording. Hi. Well, they might be short for you if you're like, I got limited time, I gotta push this out. There you go. Way. Not horrible, nothing like Bulgarian split squats. These feel like a freaking vacation compared to those. Hike. Okay, second set here. Calf raises are gonna feel like a downhill happiness until tomorrow when you wake up and you wonder why your calves are on fire. I'm gonna stick to the side for this set, okay? Just one more time for ya. 1, 2, 3. Up like normal. 1, 2, 3. Up like normal. I'll leave you alone now. Remember, you can make these spicier by adding a pause, just like this, and then shooting up. Next one's 6. 2 more. 1 more. Take a rest. 2 more sets just like that. Take them as slowly or quickly as you need to. You do not have to do them with me now that you know what you're doing, okay? Yeah, I'm a sweaty mess. It's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. The calf raises, we'll do 3-way calf raises. You'll see in a minute. Those will be only 3 sets, minimal rest in between. That's like kind of like a finisher, like your legs are already shaky, I'm just gonna make them shakier type of thing. Yeah. Okay, third set. I'm gonna turn forward here on this set. Toes turn forward, feet about hip width apart. Shut that car door with the booty. And if you want to slow it down even more, you can. You don't have to go like crazy, but it's okay to find your own rhythm. Halfway. One more. Eee, shaky, shaky. One more set. And then calf raises. So for calf raises, you can do them body weight only, or you can do a lighter to medium pair. Don't go too crazy because we're doing 3-way calf raises. So we're gonna be doing toes pointed forward, 10, toes pointing out, 10, toes pointing in, 10, hitting the whole calf muscle. So that's 30 reps, quick rest, 30 reps, quick rest, last 30 reps, okay? So keep that in mind. Now we're not doing Speedy Gonzalez, okay? We're gonna be going 1, 2, but it's still quick, and I still don't want you to like go too heavy or anything like that. because that's gonna be one of those movements that you think this is easy breezy, and then you're gonna feel those muscles tomorrow, okay? That is part of lifting. So with cardio, you feel it in the moment. So if you're struggling on a run or on a bike ride, sorry, I'm here, or whatever, you feel that in the moment. Like you're like, this is hard. This is putting pressure on my body. Weightlifting, it's called DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. So today you might be like, I'm slaying it all. And then tomorrow or even the next day, you wake up and you're like, I've been hit by a truck, DOMS. Instead of, you know what? So you can say DOM it. Okay, no, anybody? Okay. Last set of these, and then we'll do those calf raises and then we'll be done. You're like, this girl's got it. All right. Take your time. And don't hold your breath. This is 4. This is 6. Pushing out 2 more if you're doing the 8 rep. 1 more. Ooh. Quick rest. Switch weights. I'm going to drop to 15s for the calf raises. So again, I want you to watch my toes. First set is 10 reps, toes are straight forward, regular calf raises, okay? Then you're gonna watch my toes turn out. 10 here. Then you're gonna see my toes turn in. 10 here. Then rest, but the rest is gonna be short. This is a finisher. That means you're almost out, and it's quick. Everything's probably gonna shake after a little bit. That's normal. So 2 dumbbells or body weight, toes turn forward. Let's go for 10. These are pretty easy to keep track of, so that's 5. I won't talk at you too much for reps here. 7. 1 more regular. Tone those toes out, no break. It's also okay to slow these down if you've got the time. Even a little pause at the top. Horrible. 2 more. Ooh, 1 more. Good, turn those toes in. So, oh, my legs are talking to me with those toes turned inwards. Ooh. You're gonna wanna keep those dumbbells close. The break is short, okay? Once you start that second set, you're probably gonna start realizing that your legs are a little sleepy, a little fatigued. Whoop, 2 more. Loss of balance is normal. Good, take a rest. Quick rest here, and then we're gonna do that same thing 2 more times forward. So I actually started doing 3-way calf raises a long time ago. I used to teach mat Pilates at a community center that I had a job at, and I started doing those, and I was like, what in the world? What in the frickers? Why am I even teaching this? I don't know. So, second set, pick them up. I gotta watch myself or I'll just talk. Okay, starting with regular, same thing. My trash is getting picked up, can you hear it? Yeah. Next one's 8. 9, 10. If your legs are shaky and you're losing your balance a little bit and you feel kind of wobbly, that's normal, okay? If you fall out, who cares? You've seen me fall over before. You're a person. You just gather yourself and hop right back in it. 7, 8, 9, 1 more like this. Here's the sucky one for me because my legs are tired. 2. I think I can. I think I can on my balance. Halfway. 8, 9, one more. Good, quick rest, one more set of those and then you'll be out. So when I was talking about finding my rhythm, unfortunately my rhythm requires me to record legs the same day as I wake up and do speed. I wait until the afternoon because there ain't no way. But I kind of go into the workout just a little bit. My muscles are already like, huh? You know, and then, yeah. So just know sometimes you're finding your rhythm doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna feel great. It just might be what you have to do. So I know a lot of you are, school's coming up, your life's about to change. You either teach or you have to get kids up for school. Last set, it might not be ideal, right? Like, you might be like, I really freaking don't want to get up and do this at 5 in the morning. But you think of your schedule and you think of your day, and that's what you got. And sometimes you just got to be real with yourself and tell yourself, this is the time that we have. We have from 5 to 5:45 a.m. to get this done so that I can wake up my kids and get them done for school and be literally going nonstop the rest of the day. One more here. Turn those toes out. And that's the reality of it. That's why I just, no matter what, I like my runs, I have to get done early in the morning before my kid wakes up. One more. Last set here. And it sucks so many times getting up. And getting up before the sun is hard. Your body doesn't want to do it. It feels unnatural, but for so many of us, that's just the reality of our schedules and the demand. And you just got to be real with yourself and say it's now or we're not going to get it done. Give me 2 more. 1 more. You drop those weights. Amazing job. Amazing, amazing job. I hope you had a great workout. Please let me know what you thought about the tempo work. I know I keep shaking stuff up on you. I can't guarantee when the next week will be. I can't tell you that. That would be bad. So if you're new here, happy you're here. Please do not feel like you can't go back on the videos. So if you're new and you're like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that. I want to go find an upper body. Scroll back to month 1, pick out any workout that you want. Even if you just watch it for instructional. So if you're like, oh, I'm gonna look at an upper or a lower body from a week before, just to see form or whatever, please feel free to do that. If you have questions about form, modifications, when to go up in weight, all of this kind of stuff, please reach out. That's what this group is for. You have access to me, you have access to community. Also, everyone in this group is actually local in the 417 area. So if you really need a buddy, please hook up with somebody, especially if you're about to start school and you need to work out at 4:45 or 5 a.m. Grab a buddy, put your dumbbells in the trunk, meet them in their garage or their driveway and get it done. So anyways, happy month 2.